Admin abuses are one of the main ways to obtain insane brainrots, and in this video I'm going to be taking a brand new account with no brainrots at all the way to a stacked account filled with secrets and brainrot gods. I have made 2 goals I need to fulfill for this challenge, and I will not stop until I fulfill these goals. First, I need to obtain at least 5 secrets, and second, I need to obtain a brainrot that makes at least 5 million a second. There is also one single rule to this challenge, and that is I'm not allowed to steal. Every brainrot I get must come from the red road. With all of that out of the way, let's start off this challenge with our first admin crazy. But first, I need to collect enough money to actually buy brainrots when it starts, and so I started by buying a Noobini Pizzanini. Plot twist, since this was 15 minutes before the fusion update, buying anything didn't work and bases weren't loading. So I ended up spending $50 on nothing, and the Molten event was starting, which gave me a nice 100k to start collecting brainrots. Before that, however, I had to server hop so I could actually buy brainrots. And so I started my empire by buying this lava trick track Baraboom and a lava cactus hippopotamo. And from then on I targeted the lava brainrots that gave a lot of value for their price. It was basically just a repetition of buying good brainrots, getting the bag and selling my worst ones to make space. I found my first legendary with the glitch trait that made a whopping 2.5k a second. And the update was dropping in 3 minutes, so I quickly collected my bag. And Sigma Boy even wanted to join my empire. And soon enough I already found a lava banana that made 1.8k a second. And finally he started the admin crazy with tacos. And in the center of the map was a new fuse machine. There was also a new grab mechanic, and I was curious, so I tested the fuse machine out with 4 of my worst brainrots, but this low-key sold because now I was missing 4 out of my 10 spaces for the admin crazy. Now I had to sell some good brainrots just to make space for better ones. I was also trying to get my first camel mythic, but a friggin' sped crab hit me, so I ended up getting a mythic rhino behind the camel. And then I got a gold flamingo that had bombs and stars. After that a gold gorilla spawned that made 10k a second. After the gorilla a mythic lucky block spawned. And then Sammy finally started spawning stuff, in which the first thing he spawned was a lava god block that I could not afford. By now I had way more than enough money to rebirth, and also I'm a genius, so I concluded that rebirthing would get rid of the 4 brainrots in the fuse machine, and so now that was my goal. So I bought this tongue off the red road, and while I was transferring I found this stacked lava glorbo that made 12k a second. After I started transferring stuff over to my main account. And while looking for a trippy troppy to rebirth, I found a gorilla with neon cat that made 50k a second. Also found a 6k a sec octopus, and then finally the cat I needed. Now I could rebirth, but first I transferred the neon cat gorilla and neon cat octopus. And finally I rebirthed and got 4 new slots mid-admin crazy. Immediately after the rebirth I started getting my brainrots to start making money in case anything good spawned. I also now had a small 0.5 cash multiplier because I rebirthed. In this clip you're looking at Sammy is starting the concert event for the 3rd time. And then finally, my first brainrot god and Odin spawned. But I was 4 million off, so I started locking in on collecting cash. The Odin was already over halfway through the road, but my money wasn't near 15 mil yet. But with 0.1 seconds on the clock, Anyway, I still had some stuff to transfer from my main, so I stole those as well. I opened my mythic block and it didn't give me jack diddly squat, but Sammy did start another concert with more events this time. And I got another stacked ball. Sammy was low-key doing too much. No, I'm just kidding, I would never disrespect Daddy Sammy. I did get a stacked evolved monkey though. And then I got Twin Towers dinosaurs lil bro. After I even had to sell my neon cat octopusy and watermelon tiger I got from before to make space. And after Sammy yapped a little bit, he started up the concert for the 3rd time. And he started stacking up the events. Then Sammy finally announced the next spawn, another lucky block. But before that I found a gold cocofonto with crab and fireworks, but holy bro, these crabs. I didn't get it, but I couldn't stay mad because my diamond brainrot god lucky block got crab and meteor. Then I sold some doo-doo and got this stacked rhino toast. The concert disappeared and Sammy spawned a vaca, my first secret. I even had to sell my bag gold gorilla to make up space, which just really goes to show how much of a bag I was getting on the secondly basis. I waited until it almost reached the end, but unfortunately it didn't get any traits. I then sold some more booty and continued my scouting journey for my empire. The first thing I scouted was this trollolero that got hit by a meteor, and then a stacked crocodilo came right behind that trollolero. Anyway, I had to sell a stacked orangatini and nanasini to make space, and then I immediately got another gold Pichoni Machina, which meant I had to make more space, so I sold a rhino toast. And then Sammy spawned a ton of crocodilos that I was finna do a ritual with, but then Odin spawned and I had to make space, so I sold a crocodilo. I got the Odin and I already gave up on the ritual, so I sold my other crocodilo. And then a rainbow bomb Gassini spawned that made 50k a second. Anyway, that meant I needed more space, so there goes another crocodilo. That basically concluded our first admin crazy, and Sammy was leaving. There was 12 minutes of 4x luck, but I didn't get anything good. A Cocofonto spawned, but everything I had was way better, but I should have bought it because I forgot I needed this for my 8th rebirth. Also, I hashed my lucky block, and I got the Orca, which made a flabbergasting 850k per second. At like 2 minutes left of 4x luck, I got disconnected. But anyways, after 50 minutes of playing this game, this was what my base looked like. Before the next admin crazy started, however, I wanted to farm some rebirths. Anyway, it was pretty boring, so I'm adjust. On my 7th rebirth, I had to sacrifice the rainbow Cassini I got earlier because a normal one just wouldn't spawn. Anyways, I transferred everything back. 7 rebirths was all I could get for the next admin crazy because a Cocofonto wasn't spawning. Admin crazy started again, and this time I came prepared with an extra floor worth of storage. 5 minutes and he finally started the good stuff, which the first thing he spawned was a lava god block, which was my redemption for the god block I couldn't afford aura. I also bought a aura tongue with mini tongue trait, but this tongue ended up being really important later to my demise. But I did get a mythic lucky block. He started up the concert and 30 seconds later a Odin spawned. Nothing really happened for a while except this diamond mythic block I got and Sammy complaining about being called a good boy. Rainbow Tim Cheese spawned, and you know I had to get that because if that's not aura, what is? And then boom, we got me and Cat making a whopping 1.5 million a second in my second secret. Like 5 seconds later another Trollalero with meteor spawned. And then boom. Another 3 seconds passed and a gold Tripa spawned, and I waited till the end just to have no storage, and it was because of the tongue and rainbow Tim Cheese I kept as artifacts. They were definitely not aura and they were ops now, so there they go. And then boom, La Lava Mateo. I waited and waited, but unfortunately no traits were added, but 300k a second is still really decent. Tim Cheese is the ops now, so I'm swinging every chance I get. Sammy started stacking events again, and the first thing I got was a rainbow mythic block, and then boom, Starfall started. Other than that, my lava god block gave me a tiger that made 360k a sec. This diamond mythic block ain't gave me squat either, so I just sold it. Then bang, Sammy started missing his spider mini, so he spawned a lava one that made a whopping 1.9 million a second. Also, there was a turbo a few spaces behind that lava spider, so I made sure to get that too. And even my Neon Cat Gold Gorilla had to go for space. And then holy moly, Sammy started stacking up. And then it all just went to dust without me getting anything. But my rainbow mythic block was ready, and I got a rainbow zebra which basically made as much as an Odin. While I was AFK after the admin crazy ended, a giraffe spawned which I needed for my 9th rebirth later. I collected the bag once more before I got off for the day, and holy moly, I am rich. Right before it started, a gold Cocofonto spawned which I needed for my next rebirth. So I started transferring stuff to rebirth, and right in the middle of me doing that he started the admin crazy, so I quickly rebirth and got everything back. But in the middle of that he spawned a lava god lucky block which I made sure to get. A few seconds after he spawned a candy espresso which I got as well. Then I started transferring the rest back. And I even had to start selling Odins to make space. Then this message appeared.
Boom, boom, boom.
And there goes a rainbow meteor zebra. Then Sammy said he would spawn another Lavaca, and so he did. I got the Lavaca, and that's now 5 5th secrets. Now that's already both of my goals fulfilled, but I'll still show you what I got from the rest of the admin abuse. The lava god block opened up to be a Orca, making 600k per sec. I even had to sell a turbo to make space, which just really goes to show how stacked I was.
Boom.
And then Sammy spawned one of the rarest Brainrots ever, Gatatino Nyanino in candy form. All Lavaca was right behind that Neon Cat which made 6 out of 5 secrets. I even had to sell a meteor Trollalero for space when he was about to
boom.
A gold Brainrot god lucky block spawned as well, but it wasn't even worth buying. And let me just get another secret before ending the video. Also, one more rebirth before I go. And here's what my final base looks like for anyone wondering. Wouldn't it be funny if I rebirth with everything I have?